Most people who encounter uninvited entities do so in their home. But sometimes, even the workplace can become a place of terror.
Paranormal survivor, Dale's Haunted Restaurant.
I had just moved from Montreal and I was without a job. I applied everywhere and this restaurant had called me to see if I was interested in waitressing. I was excited. I love the building, the neighborhood, full of character and wood. You walk in and you're mesmerized. Everything about the restaurant was very, very appealing. So I definitely knew I wanted to work there and was very happy when they asked me to join on.
Soon after starting, Dale was given the responsibility of opening up the restaurant each day. It wasn't long before she'd discover why no one else wanted to do it.
When I would come in, it would be very dark. So I'd be the one to have to turn on the lights in the dark. My main goal was to get to the lights. But I always felt like there was someone with me. But walking through the building in the dark is very eerie. Not a very comforting feeling. And I kept thinking, okay, what are you doing? You know, you're fine, you're okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna do what I have to do.
Dale's uneasiness soon escalated into more than just a feeling.
I went into the restaurant because I had to get everything ready for the evening, and I'm always in there alone. It's always me just setting up until it's time. We moved the chairs out of the way so that we could vacuum or we could sweep. And usually if you're the one that's doing the sweeping or the vacuuming, you move the chairs. I left for 30 seconds, maybe to a minute, to go and grab the vacuum from our storage closet. And I came back. The tablecloths were on the table and the chairs were all down.
Dale Goss had taken a job working in a restaurant, but not long after starting her new position, bizarre things began to occur.
The quicker I could get out of the restaurant, I felt better about.
Frightened and alone, Dale was always relieved when her colleagues arrived, especially prep cook Sandra LaFerrier.
Sandra and I started working at the restaurant roughly at the same time when it had opened.
I've known Dale for about, 12, 13 years. She's very outspoken, says what she means. We bonded very quickly. It's just something between the two of us. She's an awesome person.
Sandra, Dale, and many others felt especially uncomfortable in the restaurant's storage room.
It's just something about that room. From the day I started, being in that storage room, it just had an eerie, creepy feeling that there was somebody there. A lot of people didn't want to go alone in it. Everybody, most of the staff felt very uneasy in that back room. I just didn't like it. There's something just about that room, I just don't like it.
The next time Dale went into the storage room, her unease would prove to be well-founded.
So one particular morning I came in and I was the first one at the restaurant. I went into the back and to turn on the lights and I got a very bad feeling. I felt very sick to my stomach. Something told me to look up. And it was in there that I saw the figure. He was a very large man. Just about died of a heart attack when I saw him. All the hair on the back of my neck went up. He had a big hat on and it looked like a trench coat. He looked angry. He looked like I shouldn't be there. It wasn't a person. My heart just jumped out of my chest. I thought that was it. I just walked very quickly to the kitchen, and at that time, like I told Sandra,
there's a man in there.
I thought, I'm gonna be killed here.
No, don't go in there.
She was scared and she came running into the kitchen. She was all out of breath. And I'm there, Dale, like, what's wrong? She says, there's a man. She goes, I just saw a man.
And she said, well, that's pretty much impossible. The restaurant's not open.
There's nobody there.
She kind of laughed it off and thought, okay, you know, Dale, you're overtired. You've been working hard, whatever. And I'm like, okay. Everyone else, I didn't tell because I didn't want people thinking that I was weird and I was different. So I kept it to myself. I was the new kid on the block.
She didn't want to talk to anybody. She didn't want to talk about it because I'd bring it up. Did something else happen? I don't want to talk about it. So.
Dale's terrifying encounter with the uninvited spirit soon became a regular occurrence.
I love my job. Everything about my job was perfect. But every day that I would come into work when I had the morning shift, that man was there. Every morning I came in. Always, always, always him.
The constant fear began to take its toll on Dale.
There's one day I came into work and Sandra was in the kitchen prepping.
That morning, Dale wasn't in a good mood, and she was a little more upset than she usually is.
I was tired, I was grumpy. And I was tired of being afraid of him. And that's when I decided, I'm not gonna let you scare me anymore. When I went in the back room, I didn't care.
Hey! Hey!
I'm gonna take control of this, and I yelled at him.
You want me? Here I am! Come and get me!
I was angry, and there was no fear, it was pure anger.
Come and get me!
I felt I was taking control, and I wasn't gonna be afraid anymore. That lasted for a fraction of a second.
Dale Goss was being haunted by uninvited evil in the restaurant where she worked.
Here I am!
But after she confronted the demon,
Come and get me!
the terrifying encounters would take a truly frightening turn.
All of us stood and you heard heavy steps. And his face, if it was able to contort any more than it already was, it was of pure anger and hatred. That's when I realized, uh-oh. and I ran all the way to the kitchen, and by then I was out of breath. I was shaking. My face was drained of color, and I thought I was going to collapse.
Dale's emotional state at the time was like she was going to pass out. And I was trying to calm her down. Before she even told me anything, I'm like, okay, Dale, I said, like, take deep breaths. I said, you're freaking me out here. Calm down.
Dale hadn't escaped the entity yet.
And as she's telling me about this man, she's looking at me, and honest to God, her hair lifted.
I feel a chunk of my hair being raised up, and all of a sudden, my hair got yanked. I felt it. I mean, that hurt.
Somebody grabbed her hair, you know, like when you're going to give it a good tug, somebody did pull it.
I was 100% sure that the man that I had yelled at, he was the one pulling my hair.
And she goes, Sandra, did you see that? And I went, yeah, okay, like we need to get out of here.
Spirits may want to harm the living for many different reasons. Just as in the physical, there are people that wish to harm another person. The same thing happens on the other side. If they are earthbound, they still have their same personalities. They still have the same human emotions. So perhaps they're angry, they're frustrated, and they may try to harm a living human being.
When Sandra saw that, Sandra had no more doubt that the stories I was telling her were true.
After Dale was attacked, the spirit activity escalated dramatically.
Many people had seen shadows walking by. People would see a puff of smoke upstairs at the bar area. There was witness of a little girl running through the restaurant, which I too have seen her.
The uninvited paranormal activity became so intense that staff quit in fear and the restaurant was forced to close.
I was only relieved to not be working at the restaurant, was knowing I wouldn't see the man anymore.
After years of lying empty, the restaurant reopened.
Came by a few times just to see how everything was going. I had asked the owner what had happened to the man. He had informed me that his wife had done a cleansing a few years ago and had asked all the negative and bad spirits to leave. It felt a lot lighter, a lot airier. It just felt a lot more positive.
They asked Dale to take back her old job.
I decided to try to come back into waitressing. I was worried about going back into the restaurant, wondering if I was going to face him again. I was a little bit nervous because I was going to be there when we closed. I didn't want to tell the new people I was working with. I didn't want to turn on the lights. I went and I flicked on the lights. Nothing. The man was not there.